So, a couple of examples for domain. Let's say I have square root of 3x minus 1. So I have to ask myself, there's two questions. Is it an even root? Yes or no? Is it an even root? That's a square root. That is an even root. Is it a fraction? No, not a fraction. So, but I do have to deal with the even root. With the even root, it says to find the domain, we put what's underneath the root greater than or equal to 0 and we solve. So we say 3x minus 1 is greater than or equal to 0. Then I add 1 to both sides. 3x is greater than or equal to 1. Divide by 3. X is greater than or equal to 1/3. That's it. So what they're asking for, and I can put that in interval notation by saying bracket 1/3 to infinity. They're saying any number, including 1/3 up to infinity, I can put any of those numbers in and it'll work. It'll give me a y value out. For the next example, let's say I had x squared plus 1 divided by x squared minus 12 plus x. Is it an even root? No. Is it a fraction? Yes. So it says for the fraction, what we have to do is we set the bottom of the fraction not equal to 0 and we solve. So x squared plus x minus 12 does not equal 0. What do we do to solve this thing? We cannot add 12. You would do it just like if you would, how do you solve any quadratic? Factor. Excellent. What can this be factored into? Positive 4. Good. And negative 3. So that means x plus 4 cannot equal 0. And x minus 3 cannot equal 0. So x cannot equal negative 4. And x cannot equal positive 3. That means any other number I can plug in, I just cannot plug in negative 4 and 3.
Then what do we do with the top numbers?
So the top doesn't matter. Doesn't matter at all. So how do I write this as in interval notation? In interval notation, I'd have negative 4 and 3. What kind of things do I put on negative 4? An open circle or a closed circle? Well, it's not equal to, so it would be open and open, and everywhere else is going to be shaded. You don't need it. It doesn't matter for a domain. So then to write it in interval notation, we say from negative infinity to negative 4, union, negative 4 to 3, union, 3 to infinity. The reason why I have parentheses is because there's open circles on both of those. So what that's saying is use any number except for negative 4 and 3.